GCSE Design Technology Core Area New Technologies. In this tutorial you will learn the difference between market pull and technology push, know the advantages and disadvantages of CAD and CAM, understand the product life cycle and have the opportunity to create revision flashcards. If you are creating revision flashcards, the first one you may want to do will be on market pull and technology push. Technology push. Technology push is when a new technology is pushed onto the market driven by research. Often consumers are not aware of this new technology or the advantages it will bring, but companies decide to integrate them into new products. This is the case for many new products such as the iPhone. A more recent technology push has been face recognition on the iPhone. Here are some other examples of technology push. Market pull. This is consumer driven and it causes manufacturers to continuously develop products to add functionality to existing products. Market pull is when consumers want products with new technologies. It doesn't necessarily need to have a new technology. Market pull could be just something that we want as consumers. For example, plastic bags are now 5p to buy but also have a detrimental impact on the environment. A market pull would be for producers to make bags for life that are longer lasting and have a less environmental impact. We will now look at CAD and CAM. If you are creating flashcards, you may want to create one about CAD and CAM, how they can be used, and the advantages and disadvantages. CAD stands for Computer Aided Design. This is software that is used to create precision drawings in 2D or 3D models. It can also include technical illustrations. It's often used by designers, architects, engineers and artists. You can see here some examples of how they have used CAD to create the design for the Dyson Hoover and how architects have used them for different buildings. Examples of CAD can be 2D design, Autodesk, Photoshop, SketchUp. CAD stands for Computer Aided Manufacture. This is when automated machinery is controlled by software to manufacture parts. CAM uses computer numerical controlled, CNC, and CAD files to generate toolpaths for the machinery to follow. CAM machinery can include multiples such as laser cutters, embroidery machines, CNC millers, routers and lathes. Here are some examples of CAM products. It's products that include machinery that uses computers. We have a hat here that's used the computerized embroidery machine. The CNC router has been used to make the guitar chopping board. 3D printer has been used to make small 3D acrylic products. And the laser cutter has been used to make the chessboard. There are many advantages and disadvantages of CAD-CAM. You need to be aware of at least 3 for each category. Advantages include: designs can be created, saved and edited easily. Parts of designs can be easily copied or repeated. Designs can be worked by remote teams simultaneously. That means multiple people can work on the same design. Designs can be rendered to make them look photorealistic. This can be done on Photoshop. CAD is very accurate. The disadvantages are that CAD-CAM software can be complex to learn and the machinery can be expensive to install initially. There may be compatibility issues with the software with what they already have, and there are security. Cobots are collaborative robots. They work with people in manufacturing. They are being developed to allow greater human-robot interaction. Most industrial robots work separately from humans. Cobots can adapt to human operation and vice versa. They work with humans rather for them, and this gives significantly improved productivity. If you are creating flashcards, we're now going to move on to the product lifecycle. The product lifecycle shows the sales of products over time. Every product will have a different product lifecycle. It shows how it's introduced to the market, starts to grow in popularity, reaches a peak or maturity, and then declines. In the development stage, designers start to draw their drawings as technical drawings, identifying the sizes and maybe developments of how it can be progressed. They might even develop a prototype to test how it will look and work. In the introduction stage, the product hasn't even been released into the shops, but they will start to introduce it to the market through advertisements and putting posters up in the shops to make people want to buy it and look into it when it does get released. The growth stage. This is where they put them into the shops and they are just released. You may have seen, particularly with iPod, how people sit and wait for them to be released on that release date so that you can have the new iPhone first. This is the growth stage. The maturity stage is when the product becomes very popular and everybody is buying and purchasing one. The decline stage is when people start to not buy the product but buy a newer one instead. This would happen as a newer one is being released. The obsolete stage is when nobody is buying it and the product is taken off the market and is replaced. When a product declines and becomes obsolete, what do we do with it? Most products go to landfill when they are no longer used. If they become obsolete, people no longer want them, they can go to landfill but take a long time to biodegrade. However, some products are planned to be obsolete and not last for a long time. For example, we've got here a throwaway camera. We know that is not going to last. It is a one-off product. Every product has a different product life cycle. We have things that come in as fad. For example, these might be things like leg warmers, roller skates, loom bands. And we also have things on a classic life cycle, things that are always going to be used: denim jeans, bedding and curtains. Your rights as a consumer. There are two rights that you need to know of. First is the Trade Description Act. The Trade Description Act states that a product must be as advertised. For example, a silk garment must be silk and not falsely advertised as another type of material. The second one is the Sales of Goods Act. This is your guarantee that the product is safe. If you are creating revision flashcards, it may be helpful to create a question card on the tutorial you have just heard. Here is an example. This will enable you to use this in the future for testing. Thank you for listening.